I, Shalom, want to begin this lesson by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Wahar Rakah Kwadash, which in the ancient Hebrew tongue would be the correct names of the Heavenly Father, His beloved Son, and the Holy Spirit. I also would like to give double honors to my teachers, the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much due honors and respect to the sincere brethren out there that's also laboring in His work. And as always, I want to say shalom to the believers, the Akim as well as the Aquab, which will be you brothers along with the sisters that subscribe to this truth as well. So yeah, I just wanted to go into another quick lesson, pretty much continuing in the spirit and theme of prophecy, all right? And that's the time that we in, the time reserved where the things written in the Holy Scriptures and foretold, to come to pass here in the latter days is being brought more and more to the forefront. What you're witnessing right now is prophecy unfolding right before your eyes. And one of the main prophecies is the World War III drums is beginning to beat intensely, and more than ever, okay? With this devil, Donald Trump, if you haven't got the memo, this guy ordered airstrikes over Iran, and in the process killing one of the top generals, if not the top general, this guy Soleimani, you see? Now, this is a major prophecy right here. This is that domino, if you will, that's going to set off a sequence of events that's ultimately going to lead to the destruction of America and the ushering in and return of our Lord Yahweh Shah. So we're in beautiful times right now, you see, and this is what we have been waiting on, the serious-minded brothers who understand or have a feel for prophecy, man. We understand that the day that Esau invaded Iran, that pretty much was going to begin to mark the start of that ending, the sun setting on this devil's rulership. We're going to show you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah where this invading of Iran is a major prophecy and is well documented in the scriptures, all right? So we're going to start off in the book of 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, and starting at the 28th verse. It says, behold, an horrible vision and the appearance thereof from the east. Yeah, because this is where all this drama is being stirred up in the Middle East, around the river Euphrates, that whole region over in the Middle East. But this is where the drama is being stirred up. And that horrible vision, which is being conveyed by the prophets, the seers, pursuant to the book of 1 Samuel, the 9th chapter, the 9th verse, Proverbs, the 22nd chapter, a prudent man foreseeth the evil. Well, we are conveying this horrible vision to you, man. You see? And that horrible vision is World War III. See, again, behold, an horrible vision and the appearance thereof from the east. See? Where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth. See? That all they which hear them may fear and tremble. Yeah, and that's the time that we're moving into. This is the prelude to World War III, man. Because when you consider the dynamic between America and Russia, well, that would be known as a balance of power. And for the longest, these two superpowers have been trying to avoid one another, understanding that in the event of them locking horns or bumping heads, is going to set off World War III, see? And that's going to pretty much be the extinction of mankind, as they say. But we understand in the scriptures that, there's going to be a remnant to be delivered. Everybody's not going to be destroyed in this World War III, but it's going to be an effort to change the landscape, if you will, of the world. America's not going to be the superpower it once was. Why? Because it's going to be blown off the map, man. You see? So these two different superpowers have been trying to avoid each other, you see, with these different Cold Wars or what have you. But it's almost like if you consider two gangs, they're trying to avoid each other, but each gang have a hothead in the gang. And every time the gangs cross each other past, those two hotheads set it off. They get it popping, and they force the big boys to jump in. Well, that's the effect of Iran and Israel. You see, on the one hand, Israel has drugged America into the drama, But on the other hand, the flip side, Iran is going to drag Russia into this thing, man. See? And it's like America is oblivious, you know. They know that Russia is a top ally of Iran, yet they just unconsciously, you know, raid and invade Iran. But we understand that this is the works of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh, you know. So again, it says that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. Verse 30, also the Carmanians raging in wrath shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. Now, let's examine this precept, because when read with understanding, you will see clearly that this is dealing with the time we're in now. Okay, so again it says, also the Carmanians raging in wrath shall go forth as the wild boars. Now, who are these Carmanians right here? Well, these Carmanians are Iranians, man. Now, when you go to, real quick, I'm going to go to Wikipedia. And let me put in this word, Carmanians. It takes you to Carmen province. It says, is the largest province of the 31 province of Iran. See, of Iran. See that? So when you go back to 2nd Ezra 15 and 30, also the Carmanians or the Iranians, see? Also the Carmanians or the Iranians raging in wrath shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood. With great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. And what's the Assyrians? That's a buzzword for America, man. You know, there's different buzzwords when describing America. You're not going to see the word America in the scriptures, okay? But you're going to see words such as spiritually Sodom and Egypt, you know, Babylon the Great, of course. Also, Assyria, you know, Nineveh. These are certain buzzwords in most cases that describes America. See that? So again, it says, also the Carmanians raging in wrath shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood. Yeah, and that word Carmanian goes back to Iranians or Iran. So you see where there's nothing coincidental with Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh. Everything has its part in these theatrics, man. And this is not something, you know, that you could look at as coincidence. You know, these airstrikes that's going on in Iran, man, and the killing of General Soleimani. No, man, this is a major prophecy right here, and we reading it, see? Also the Carmanians raging in wrath shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste, see, a portion of the land of the Assyrians, man. See that? And how are they going to accomplish this feat? Because they're going to be accompanied by Russia, which Russia is going to spearhead the attack of America, okay? Which brings me to the book of Ezekiel, the 38th chapter, starting at the first verse. It says, and the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog in the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him. Yeah, and this land of Gog and Magog is symbolic to Russia, all right? And say, thus said the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O God, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. Yeah, because although Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh is going to put the spirit on Russia to somewhat triumph over America, and really that's happening right now when you consider the technology of Russia as it concerns, you know, their missiles, their missile program, their nuclear missiles, their arsenal. The Lord have blessed, you know, Russia with the more advanced technology. But even in that, the Lord is letting it be known, look, you devils, I'm not with you as well. See, again, and say, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee. See, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. Yeah, because these devils over in Russia, they believe that they're going to be the next superpower. You know? It says, I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws. Yeah, and to understand this goes back to the time, you know, where Russia, the old Soviet Union, was broken up. You know, you had this guy, Mikhail Gorbachev, you know. What's this other guy? I forget this other guy. He came after Mikhail Gorbachev. But the old Soviet Union, I think his name was Boris Yeltsin or something like that. Yep, I believe that's his name. Well, they became, after Gorbachev, and really with Gorbachev, because he was in the era of Reagan, they became West friendly, so to speak, you know, and they lost their edge, you see? But now the Lord is bringing them back into that cold spirit, man, you know, that old Soviet Union. And that's what the scripture's going into, see? And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws. Yeah, so the Lord is turning Russia back into that old Soviet Union, you know, that old nemesis of America. See? It says, and I will bring thee forth in all thine army. Yeah, so you see what the overtone of the prophecies is dealing with war, man. That's why, you know, the true men of Yahweh Shem Shah, we prophesy of war. And it all filters with the scriptures, man. This is not some elaborate scheme we concocted. No, man, this is all based upon scriptures. See? And I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor. Yeah, and all sorts of armor is symbolic to these different missiles. You know, it's like every other month, you know, there's news going out, you know, of a new missile, a new supersonic missile from Russia, you know, or these different nations just test fired a new missile. See? It says, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. What does it mean when it says all of them handling swords? Meaning all of these nations possess ICBM missiles, man. They all are handling ICBM missiles, man. See that? Matter of fact, I'm going to go back up and let me grab some real quick. The book of Joel, the 3rd chapter. In the 9th verse, starting at the 9th verse, it says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. See? Prepare war. And that's the time we in, man. War is being prepared. You got this guy Trump preparing to send thousands of troops out there into Iran. Call halal Yahweh Shema Shah, man. Because starting with the apostles and elders, we've been telling you that this is going to be the first domino. You know, and it's been a while since we went into this information, but it's out there in the atmosphere. It's on record that here at Great Millstone, we told you that America was going to invade Iran. See? And the Lord is co-signing us. The Lord is signing off on what we're saying. Why? Because we speak in his words. See? Also, I came across a little information. Lord will, I might do a video on it. And I was thinking about featuring it in this video, but I want to just make it more precise to the point as possible. But, yeah, you got these Americans fearing another draft. In which we told you about that as well. So things is heating up, man. And we told you, Storm with the Apostle to Heart 2020 is going to be the year of prophecy, man. You know, 2020 vision. The visions is being made more and more clear, see? It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, see? Wake up the mighty men, yeah, dealing with these soldiers. Let all the men of war draw near, let them come up, see? Beat your plowshares into swords. What does it mean when it says beat your plowshares into swords? Meaning take all of your resources and turn them into nuclear missiles, man. Okay? Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears, which is another metaphor for the missiles. Let the weak say I am strong. See, let the weak say I am strong. And when you hear the rhetoric from Iran, hey, they coming out saying right now, America has made a grave mistake. That's the weak saying I'm strong, man. You know, which Iran possessed missiles, man. See? India possessed missiles, man. That was a country that would be considered weak. But now the scriptures say, let the weak say I'm strong. Why? Because it's a level playing field now. They possess the same technology to produce these missiles just as America, man. In a lot of cases, these nations is more advanced than America. See? So when you go back to Ezekiel, the 38th chapter, in the 4th verse, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. See, and we just read in Joel the 3rd chapter how the Lord, commanded these nations to beat their pruning hooks into spears, and their plowshares into swords. And again, those swords are symbolic to those ICBM missiles. See, all of them handling swords. See that? It says Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah, of the north quarters and all his bands, and many people with thee. Pretty much dealing with Russia and all of his allies. See? Verse 7, and this is the point. It says, be thou prepared and prepare for thyself. That's dealing with who? Russia. And you see this unfolding, man. That's why Russia is damn near possessed. It's like they possessed, There's this overwhelming spirit on them to beef up their missile program. See? That's nothing more than the prophecies being fulfilled and unfolded. See? It says, be thou prepared. Again, it's dealing with Russia. And prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. See? And be thou a guard unto them. And that's the role of Russia. And primarily to be a guard unto Iran. So right now, the Lord has just checkmated you damn devils, man. You was compelled to strike Iran, and now you're in the midst of invading Iran and sending troops over into Iran. And that's going to provoke Russia to step in on Iran's behalf, man. Which, when Russia come into play, that's going to mark the end of the so-called white man's run. Okay? And that's spoken of right here in the book of Revelation, the 13th chapter. In the 2nd verse, it says, and the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion, and the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. Now, what we're going to examine is the first part of this precept where it says, and the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear. Now, pretty much this is a timeline. This is the timeline of the so-called white man and his reign of terror from the beginning to the end. Now, when the scriptures say, the beast which I saw was like a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, when you consider your body, what's the end of your body? The feet, right? So the head, the beginning of Esau's rulership was as a leopard, and that goes back to Alexander the Greek, But the feet, the end, what's going to mark the end of this run is going to be the bear, man. See? And that bear is what? Russia, okay? And when do the bear come out of hibernation? Which you had a thing called a Cold War. You can Google that, going back to the 80s. Well, that's when the bear was in hibernation in the Cold War. But when do the bear come out looking for meat? Huh? In the summertime. See? This is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 32. Now learn a parable of the fig tree when his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves. Ye know that summer is nigh. So yeah, the bear is out, man. And Yahweh Shah checkmated Esau. And that's how these devils are. These devils on a physical level, they go out hunting. They always snooping around. And they are the ones who proverbially poke a bear out there in the wilderness, man. They wake the bear up in hibernation. The bear come out mad as hell, man. Well, guess what? That's happening on the spiritual level. So this is chess, not checkers, man. And Yahweh Shah is just checkmated, you damn devils, man. And I believe through the spirit, the chip is going to be made mandate this year, Things are speeding up. All right. So yeah, I just want to touch on that, Lord willing. It was edifying. To the next time I say shalom.